Being a warrior, it's not always easy. You and your thuggy-ass friends, what are you doing for your people? It's easy to be bad, but it's hard to be a warrior with dignity. Remember that. In my time, we gave everything. We died for our people. We died for our land. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna fight for? Nah, I'm just fucking with you. But for real though, listen to what I said. Marinate on that. Oh.
First and foremost, I like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bashim Rakal Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and a sincere salutation to all you Akim and you Aqua to believe in all sincerity. This is going to be another edition of comparing spiritual things with spiritual things, in which I take images, movie clips, or different audio or quotes and extrapolate the spiritual significance out of them. And this is a screenshot of the video that you just seen at the beginning, in which this Gadite basically is exhorting this young man, okay? And he starts off by saying, being a warrior is not always easy. You and your thuggy ass friends, what are you doing for your people? It's easy to be bad, but it's hard to be a warrior with dignity, okay? And there's a lot of truth to what he said. You know, right now, you know, more than ever, you know, wickedness is at an all-time high. Nothing makes sense. And evil has become the norm. You know, and the spirit of the Lord has been, you know, shed abroad to certain men, you know, and women, okay, you know, to basically come out of that norm, you know. Just doesn't work anymore, you know, being evil and wicked. But he goes on to say, remember that in my time, we gave everything. We died for our people. We died for our land. What are you going to do? What are you going to fight for? Okay. And there was a little comedy at the end, if you will. But, you know, it's speeches like this that, you know, incite my spirit to, you know, to go in, okay? And, you know, to be quite honest, you know, I'm in the truth to give back what was given to me, you know. And, you know, what was given to us is basically this truth, okay, of the Bible, you know, which, you know, brothers was looking for. You know, brothers were searching for the truth. Brothers were searching for the meaning of life. Brothers, they saw the condition of their people, you know, and you know, we were questioning, you know, why are things the way they are? You know, something is definitely wrong, you know, and you know, brothers is warriors. You know, brothers are fighting, okay? And, you know, I often say, man, if we didn't give a damn, we wouldn't say anything. You know, we've dedicated our lives to go out there to the highways and hedges and teach the Bible, you know, to basically help save our people. You know, but you got Jake out there, you know, and it's true. What are you going to do? You know, what are you going to fight for? You know, seeing is this world is this society is just, you know, it's basically configured, okay, you know, for you, it's rigged, you know, that's a better word, for you to lose, okay? So what are you going to do? What are you going to fight for, Jake? You know, some people think They'll get to serving the Lord when they got time, or they're just not ready. Well, you know, life is a struggle. Life is a battle, and you might as well find something worth living for. Worth fighting for. That's what I got out of this little exhortation. You know, and that video reminded me of some scriptures in um, First Maccabees, the second chapter. Okay, we'll start at the 51st verse. Okay. No, we'll start at 50. Okay. It says, well, we'll start at 49. Because Matthias is basically instructing his sons. Okay. And in a way, that Gadai was instructing that youngster, just like as apostles, instruct us. They are our spiritual fathers, you know. And that's how Israel is. Israel was raised off their fathers, their elders. Think back when you went to a family gathering, and all the elders of the family were gathered around. They would speak upon the condition of the family. On different issues. They were having a council. So we're the Israelites. Spiritually, we are the sons and daughters of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay. The Hebrew power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay. And the Holy One of Israel, the Messiah, Yahushai. Spirit has me saying that a lot. That's who we're speaking about. Okay. But when you read Maccabees, this is a cold book. That Matthias and his sons were some cold dudes, man. They were some warriors. Scriptures speak about the manliness of Judas. Let me see if I can find that. Judas. Apocrypha. Let's see if I can find that scripture. Yeah. First Maccabees 4:35. Because truth be told, man, our forefathers were warriors, man. Okay. It's a cold book, but let's just read this verse. All right. This is First Maccabees, I believe, 4:35. Now, when Lysias saw his army put to flight, and the manliness of Judas' soldiers, and how they were ready either to live or die valiantly, he went to Antiochia and gathered together a company of strangers, and having made his army greater than it was, he purposed to come again into Judea. You see? So the point is, Lysias saw his army put to flight. And that's no light thing, okay? To put a man to flight, okay? To put men to flight, okay? You got to be about that action, okay? And the manliness of Judah's soldiers, and how they were ready either to live or die valiantly, you see? And, through the Spirit, we're fighting a spiritual war right now, okay? It's not with weapons, but, through the Spirit, brothers, they've made that choice, already. Okay, they've already settled it in their minds. That if we have to be put to death, okay, for this righteous cause, for teaching the Bible, for believing in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, well, then that's just something we're gonna have to do. But I like to think that the Heavenly Father left some warriors on the earth. Starting with our apostles and elders and brothers on down. Lord willing, we that hopeful election, man. Because we out there, prophesying. We don't get paid for this. Fighting the elements, fighting Satan, fighting infirmities, fighting, ourselves, And this is just a righteous judgment, that we're catching, so that we may be worthy to enter into the kingdom. Okay, because ain't nothing, going to be handed over to us. We got to work for it. Okay, but let's read about Matthias, okay, and his sons. This is First Maccabees 2:49. Now, when the time drew near that Matthias should die, he said unto his sons, Now hath pride and rebuke gotten strength, and the time of destruction and the wrath of indignation. I want to look this up. First Maccabees in the GNT. Let's see what it says. It's good to look up scriptures in other translations in the Apocrypha. The GNT, the CEB is another good one. But let's read First Maccabees 2:49. It says, when the time came for Matthias to die, he said to his sons, These are the times of violence and distress. Arrogant people are in control and have made us an object of ridicule. You see? And how much more today, being under the most basest of men, okay? We are in violent and distressful times. Arrogant people are in control and have made us an object of ridicule. And ain't that the truth? Okay. Now, therefore, my sons, be ye zealous for the law and give your lives for the covenant of your fathers. That's what he instructed his sons. Okay. And we must also be zealous for the law. Okay. Let's see. Let's look up this word zealous. It says here, we'll get the definition of zealous right here in dictionary.com. The definition of zealous is full of, characterized by, or due to zeal, ardently active, devoted, or diligent. You see, ardently active, devoted, or diligent. So we have to be, devoted and active and diligent, okay, towards the law, okay, to the best of our ability, and give your lives for the covenant of your fathers, right? We have to be willing to give our lives for the covenant that the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yahushua made with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay, the promises, the agreement that if we would obey, that He would be our power. Okay, that He would put the law in our inward parts. Okay, that He would have compassion on us, that we would, get immortal. We would be live immortal, eternal. Okay, we have to be willing to give our lives, okay, for this agreement. This is called to remembrance what acts our fathers did in their time. So shall ye receive great honor and an everlasting name. You always get that, hyped up when you see, Gladiator 300. But you know what? through the spirit, we gotta be, gladiator out there on the highways and hedges. We gotta be gladiator, to be stoic. The Apostle Hart had mentioned it the other day. Be a stoic. You know, we have to be, what our fathers were in real time. Therefore, we will receive great honor and an everlasting name. Was not Abraham found faithful in temptation? And it was imputed unto him for righteousness. Joseph, in the time of his distress, kept the commandment and was made Lord of Egypt. Phineas, our father, in being zealous and fervent, obtained the covenant of an everlasting priesthood. It says, Jesus, for fulfilling the word, was made a judge in Israel. Caleb, for bearing witness before the congregation, received the heritage of the land. It says, and that Jesus is Joshua, okay? That's speaking about Joshua, okay? For fulfilling the word, was made a judge in Israel, okay? Caleb, for bearing witness before the congregation, received the heritage of the land. David, for being merciful, possessed the throne of an everlasting kingdom. Elias, for being zealous. That's Elijah, okay? For being zealous and fervent for the law, was taken up into heaven. Ananias, Azarias, and Misael, by believing, were saved out of the flame. Daniel, for his innocency, was delivered from the mouth of lions. And thus consider ye throughout all ages that none that put their trust in him shall be overcome. You see? So we must consider, okay? And these are witnesses. These are actual men, okay? Israelites. They put their trust in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And they overcame their situations. Okay? So when we overcome obstacles, we must know it is because we trusted in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. The Lord is keeping us. The Lord gives us little victories. Fear not then the words of a sinful man, for his glory shall be dung and worms. And the ultimate sinful man is Esau Edom. Okay, today he shall be lifted up, and tomorrow he shall not be found, because he is returned into his dust, and his thought is come to nothing. Okay, these Edomites, they're going to be chased out of the world. After their 1,000 years of captivity, they're going to disappear. They're going to be utterly destroyed, abolished. Wherefore you, my sons, be valiant, and shew yourselves men in the behalf of the law, whereby it shall you obtain glory. So, us being sons, and daughters of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, we must be valiant and show ourselves men on behalf of the law. Okay? Meaning, we must, be a man about the law and follow it to the best of our ability. Not only in following it, but defending it. Okay? For by it shall you obtain glory, right? And the keeping of the commandments and following of the law, man, it brings you to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Scriptures say, if you love me, keep my commandments. That's how you're gonna get glory. That's how you're gonna get the kingdom. Our forefathers, they had a reason to live. Okay? And a reason to die, if you will. They lived to worship Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And if they had to die, they did it manfully. They did it for glory. And, we read the stories of what they did, you know, and it's better than the movies that we watch. The Bible has a little bit of everything. Love stories. Have stories of war. Okay. Has wisdom, knowledge, you know. Some people think the Bible is a fairy tale, man. It's just that it's spiritual. The law is holy. For by it shall you obtain glory. There's a saying in the world: no guts, no glory. We got to be willing to go through what our forefathers went through. They were afflicted. Read Hebrews the 11th chapter. Even towards the end, it tells you, of whom the world was not worthy. These are men that were the best of their kind. They left a legacy. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. King David, Noah. The prophets, they left a heavy legacy, man. And shew yourselves men in the behalf of the law, for by it shall you obtain glory. And behold, I know that your brother Simon is a man of counsel. Give ear unto him always. He shall be a father unto you. Yeah. A man of counsel. That's in the ancient world, man. Best believe they were always having counsels on wisdom. Knowledge. I mean, our forefathers were some cold dudes. And Lord willing, we are those men. We are those elect. It says, as for Judas Maccabeus, he hath been mighty and strong, you see, even from his youth up. Let him be your captain and fight the battle of the people. Okay. Take also unto you all those that observe the law, and avenge ye the wrong of your people. Yeah, we're here to, to call out to everyone, okay, who believes, okay, who wants to obey the law of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. It says, and avenge the wrong of your people. So we're to judge righteously among our people. We're to be leaders. Okay. And we're to, bring forth judgment. Okay. Unto Israel, proclaim unto the nations what is going to befall them. Okay, for laying their hand on the apple of the Most High's eye. It says, recompense fully the heathen and take heed to the commandments of the law. You see, recompense fully the heathen, and that honor has the saints. Okay, the saints are basically fishing, helping gather the elect, but ultimately, they have the honor of binding, okay, the kings and nobles in fetters of iron. Okay, so the heathen are going to be fully recompensed. It says, and take heed to the commandments of the law, right? And the whole Bible is the law of the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So we must take heed to the best of our ability, okay? Because it's obvious, we couldn't follow the whole law in its entirety being in this corruptible flesh. And that's why Yahushai sent his only begotten son, okay? but we do not make void the law. We establish the law, right? So he blessed them and was gathered to his fathers. And he died in the 146th year, and his sons buried him in the sepulchre of his fathers at Modin. And all Israel made great lamentation for him. You see? So they mourned Matthias, all Israel. They made a great lamentation. You see? And it's the legacy that great men leave behind. You know? So I just wanted to bring this out, you know? Lord willing, this was edifying and it was exhorting, you know? You know, we have to be zealous for Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai and the law, and give our lives that we have to for the covenant of our fathers. You know, that's the reasonable service. It's the least thing we can do, having been brought out of darkness into this light, to constantly be in the Word. You know, because, you know, truth be told, who else is going to do it? You know, we just got to be humble and thank Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai for even being in this position. But there's a lot of work to be done. You know, we're still not at the end. I mean, a couple prophecies still need to come to pass. So as long as we have life, we gotta teach. We gotta remember these commandments and live by them. That way we be honorable and we obtain glory. You know, and I'm talking about righteous glory. I'm not talking about, do it out of vanity. I'm talking about doing it, with sincerity. That's what it's all about. Walking humbly with our power, seeing is that we are on the earth, and this is the place of judgment. Okay. But there's going to be a great reward for those that stood stiffly, okay, for the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai in the earth. Okay? So, I just want to lay this on Akim, Lord willing, this was edifying to you as it was for me. A little bit of exhortation. It's easy to be bad. It's easy to be bad. It's not honorable. As you get older, in the faith, as you get older as a man, you start to realize, how foolish, things really are. And you always got to keep yourself in check, because we're men and we're still in this flesh, But it's hard to be a warrior with dignity, Gad said. Remember that in my time we gave everything. We died for our people. We died for our land. What are you going to do? What are you going to fight for? But I'm going to leave it there, Lord willing. This was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, B'Shem Yahushai, B'Shem Rokak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and a sincere salutation to all you Akim and you Aqua to believe in all sincerity. Shalom.